Hey there, just wanted to record a video for you to show you how you can turn £3 into £175 with this absolutely fantastic Bank of Scotland switching offer. So this is the easiest offer I've pretty much ever seen in terms of your first switch offer. There's no amount of money you need to pay in, and then you just need 3 direct debits. You don't even need to make any transactions with your new bank card. So it's absolutely fantastic. So in this video, I'm going to show you step by step what you need to do. And this is particularly if you don't even have a spare account at the moment. So we'll go through that process as well. A couple of quick terms to mention before we crack on. The offer ends on the 29th of June. So you'll also need your spare account up and running by then. So I'd recommend the latest date to set up your spare account is around the 20th, 21st of June, as you'll need 5 working days for the direct debits to start working. And secondly, Bank of Scotland is part of the Lloyds Group. So if you have had a Lloyds switch bonus or Halifax switch bonus in the last few years, you will not be eligible for this offer. There's a couple of the key terms just to mention in advance. So let's now kick off with how can you make £175 from just £3 with this offer. So the first step is to head to the Quidsy website and go to the bank switching section. So here you could watch the explainer. This is an 8-minute explainer about everything about how bank switching works, including an overview of the steps. But you'll pretty much cover those steps in this video. So hopefully this video, it will in effect replace that explainer. But if you are interested in more details, definitely check it out. It's only 8 minutes. In terms of the next step to do, this is setting up your spare current account. Because in order to switch to Bank of Scotland, you need to be switching away from another current account, and we don't want to be touching your main account. We want to keep that completely separate. So in this guide, we've got the steps on exactly how to do this. So step 1 is firstly choosing which bank are you going to be using as your spare account. So you may well have an old unused current account, one you may have set up many years ago. So you could easily just use that. It just needs to be part of the current account switch service. So pretty much every bank is. Just to mention, Zopa is probably the most popular one that isn't. So you can click this link here, which will take you to the CAS website. And this gives you the full list of all the different banks. You can see all the popular ones are all here, or there's a search box there. You can just type in the bank you're planning to use. In case you don't already have an old unused current account, the most popular option for regular switches is to use Chase. The main reason for this is you can very easily, in fact, set up a second current account within the Chase app. I've given the exact instructions here. It's just to the right of the current accounts on the Chase app. And then you can set up a second current account. And then with that account number and sort code, you add the direct debits to, and then switch to Bank of Scotland with that second current account. So you can now just watch through the rest of this video. Or you can pause here, choose your current account, and then once you've done that, continue. So once you have chosen your spare current account, just tick this box, mark as complete. Just to recap, you need, on the Bank of Scotland, it needs to have 3 active direct debits from your old account, or in effect, your spare account. So with the word active, this means they've already processed 1 payment. So 1 payment of your direct debit has come out from each of the 3 direct debits. So if you were to move, say, any of your mobile phone or energy, this would typically take 30 working days. Similarly, charity direct debits, they range from anywhere between about 15 to 45 days, depending on which charity it is. And given this Bank of Scotland offer expires on the 29th of June, the only easy way you'll be able to do this and guarantee you'll be able to do it is using the Quidsy direct debits. This is something we have set up. You can simply set up 3 £1 direct debits. So you just click this link here. This will open up the direct debit form, enter in your email address, enter in the details of your spare current account. So just grab the sort code and account number, pop in your billing address, click continue, and then you just repeat that a total of 3 times. This will give you your 3 direct debits. And the first £1 from each one will be taken within 5 working days. So that's the ways you can set up a direct debit. So once you've done that, you can then just tick that off and say that's done. And then for the next step, you will need to add money to your spare account in order to fund those direct debits. So I'd recommend actually transferring in £6. So it'll cover your first 3 £1 direct debits. And it's also almost like a kind of backup additional 3 £1 in case for any reason the Bank of Scotland are a little bit delayed in paying you £175. Also may make it a bit smoother if you're then planning to switch away from the Bank of Scotland to the next switching offer. So once you've transferred money from your main account, £6 into your spare account, or you could do £3 if you want. It's up to you. You can then just tick mark as complete. And then you'll just need to wait for one process to one of the direct debits payments to come out. That will take to a maximum of 5 working days. You also receive an email as well to say, hey, your £1 payment has now been taken. So once that's been done, you click mark as complete, and that's it done. So firstly, massive well done for setting up your spare account. This is probably the biggest barrier for people starting. Once you've set up your spare account, you're now flying because you never have to again. You're only ever now switching from the previous bank you've done the offer from and switching to the next offer and so on. So let's go to the Bank of Scotland guide. So we're now on step 1, which is going to be apply for the classic current account. So all you do is you can click here. This will take you to the Bank of Scotland website. This is the switch page. And they've got this button here ready to switch. Takes you down further down the page. Here you can now simply apply on the website. Just to mention, it's a little bit easier if you're doing this on your mobile, as this pop-up mentions. It'll just be a bit easier when you get to the verification stage. But yeah, you can still do it on your desktop. I won't go through this whole process because it will be a bit boring. But I will just flag up just the first few questions, as you may not be 100% certain what to say. Obviously, you know that answer. But just for these ones here, is it going to be your main account? This is just for their internal analysis perspective. It doesn't matter what you choose in terms of whether it's going to affect your switch bonus or not. But I'm just going to say, no, it's not for my main account. I'm just going to use it for regular bills. And I will not be setting up regular credit to fund this account. And then a bit of privacy stuff. And then it's just a standard bank account application form. It will take maybe 10 minutes or so to go through, fill in your details, go through the ID verification if they ask for it. And just to flag up, so later on in the form, you will be asked about whether you're going to be switching. So I just did a quick mock-up of this. So you just make sure you tick the box, say, yes, I am switching my account. They'll then ask you for the details of the spare account that you're switching away from. So just enter in your spare account name, sort code, and account number here. You'll then choose your switch date. So it will usually be set as the default 7 working days, or you can push it back a bit if for any reason you wanted to. So that will then let the Bank of Scotland know that, yes, you are switching away from another account, and then they will then move your balance and your 3 direct debits across to the Bank of Scotland, and then they'll close your old spare account. And then let's just go back to the guide. So we can tick that off. Yes, you've now applied. And then you just wait for the switch to complete. So you'll get a text message from both banks, Bank of Scotland and your spare account, to say, yeah, we've now switched. So that takes 7 working days. And we also have a progress tracker. So you'll be able to track all of this anytime you like. If you change the date, let's say on the application form, you said the 14th or the 15th, actually needs to be a working day. And that all updates for you. So we try to make it as easy as possible. And then you tick mark as complete there. And that's literally it. You're now just waiting to receive your free cash. We try and factor in all the dates for you. So it'll take 14 working days, which is actually 18 calendar days. So I'm recording this on the 1st of June. So you'd expect it to receive it by the 19th of June. So I'll just very quickly show you in the progress tracker. Oh, sorry, go to offers. Here, and you've got your home section. So this is your kind of personal hub. So you can see here, I'm quite often testing different steps, so you can ignore these. But what you will see here is that then future steps on the 19th of June, that you will receive £175. And when it actually goes into your active ready now section, you'll get like a nice little notification here as well. So you can easily keep track of all your different offers there. So that literally is it. As mentioned, you only need £3. It would be your 3 £1 direct debits, and in return you get £175. So absolutely fantastic offer. Really hope you enjoy the £175. And if you've got any questions at all, just ping me an email. I'm checking it all the time, except when I'm asleep. So thank you very much for watching.